Good morning, it is Monday the 6th of January, it's just coming up to midday. I was just going to pop out for a couple of hours, do a little bit of a shift. I don't even know why I'm coming out, I should have come out a bit earlier on to be honest, but you know, I need to go and pick the little one up from school about 3:30, so yeah, at best it's going to be like a little quick 3-hour shift, but yeah, I just thought I'd see what's happening over the next couple of hours and see if it's any decent. It's freezing cold, I know the majority of the snow has gone now. But it's still bitterly cold. Might be a little bit busy, might be quiet, who knows. So, I'll give you an update shortly. So, it's just after 1 o'clock and as predicted, it's been really slow. Yeah, set off towards like Ormskirk, didn't get any offers whatsoever. Swung round in towards like Southport, where I thought it might be a little bit busier coming up to lunchtime. And then I got offered a job kind of like Banks, which is like the outskirts of Southport, so I almost drove like in a circle from where I live, basically went through Bearscough to Southport, to Ormskirk to Southport, and then they wanted me to go back to Banks. So went to Banks and dropped them off in Tarleton, which was only a short job, but I was like miles away from the job, probably like 4 or 5 miles to do a 4.7 mile job, and I got £9.78, so it was basically like £1 a mile I got for that job. But because I hadn't been offered anything, I took it because it was just so quiet. Dropped them off in Tarleton, went back. Oh, as I was dropping them off again, it was one of them, you know, the customer always knows best. As you're going down the bypass, basically the map, both Google Maps and the Uber app, was saying basically you come off the bypass and then you kind of run parallel with the road to take him to this pub that he was going to, whereas if it was me I would have continued on down the bypass and then turned left at the lights, and then there's probably 100 metres away from the bypass where the pub was. So I said to him, oh, that's a bit strange. I said, if it was me I'd go straight on, you see. And he went, oh no, it's much quicker this way. I was like, oh yeah, that's fine, because I was going to come off anyway because that's where all the maps are telling me to go. But I said, alright, I said, but if you come off, I said, it's slow, because if you carry on to 50 mile an hour average speed camera, you see, but it's a constant 50 mile an hour, nice straight road, no bumps, no traffic. And he was like, no, this is quicker, this is quicker. I was like, right, okay. So as soon as you come off, you go straight into a 40 zone. Bumpy, so you have to slow right down. Loads of little turns, so you have to slow right down to 20 and whatnot. And then as you go around that corner, to start running parallel with the road that you've just come off the bypass, it then slows down to a 30, so I set the cruise control to 30, and then after a couple 100 metres it then goes down to 20. Now my cruise control won't go to 20, so I have to manually do that myself. So then we're doing 20 mile an hour all the way down this road, running parallel with the bypass, and then even he's sat in the back going, oh, it's a bit slow this, isn't it? And I was like, well yeah, says it's a 20 mile an hour zone. I said, that's why I would have stayed on the bypass. So again, this comes down to the customer saying it's faster because they won't follow the speed limit. He would have come off there, carried on doing 40-50, and then just done 40-50 all the way down that road. However, we all know that's the perfect opportunity for a mobile speed camera, because they know that's what people are going to do. They're going to come off that 50 mile an hour road and then shoot down this little back road. And obviously I'm not going to risk, you know, getting points on my licence because this guy wants to get to the pub 20 seconds quicker to have a pint. So yeah, if he would have turned around and said, you know what, whichever way you think, I would have stuck on the bypass and he would have actually got to the pub quicker. But yeah, he went down the route of well, you know, like a customer I had the other day where they were saying, oh no, I've been coming this way all my life, come this way and all this way, and it's the slower route, but people just get stuck in the head of routine even though it's the wrong thing. So anyway, dropped him off, started heading back on towards Southport, and then didn't get a job for, it was a while, wasn't it? Yeah, picked that job up at 1:15. That was an 8-minute job, so it was like 25 past, and then didn't get a job until just before 1 o'clock, and that was £4.35. So in the past hour I've done £14.13. There's been a couple of jobs popping up, but all ridiculous. Took a couple of screenshots here. So one was, they wanted me to run 7.5 miles to do a 5-mile job for £10.90. Another one, again, this is if you don't mind doing the distance jobs. They wanted me to run 3.5 miles to Ormskirk to do just shy of a 20-mile job to L1, Liverpool. So it was saying in total that was going to be about an hour, whereas it was going to be more than that. You're probably looking at about an hour and 15, an hour and 20 at least. That's not really my cup of tea. I know, granted, you could look at that and say, well, you know, that's £23 an hour. You know, you've just done an hour, then you're only on £15. But then, if you're looking at the mileage on that, you've then done 25 miles into the Liverpool city centre, and now you're in Liverpool city centre with probably another 1,000 Uber drivers all, you know, fighting for a job. After that, I was offered another daft job. They wanted me to run nearly 6 miles to Leyland to do a 3.5 mile job into Preston, so 9.5 miles for £6.49. So obviously it didn't do that. And then I was offered another daft job. They wanted me to run 8 miles to Southport. This is just after I dropped the guy off before, to do a 1.5 mile job, so 9.5 miles in total for £5.70. So obviously again I ignored that. So yeah, really quiet. I mean, I knew it was going to be quiet, but how quiet, you don't know. It's always hard to kind of, you can't really come on and start like slagging Uber off, so to speak, because at the end of the day it's the dead hours. You know it's the dead hours. You've come out and I'm only going to be over a couple of hours, whereas I've come out in the past, for example, where I've been out for 2 hours and then come back with £100. So I've literally gone online. I was offered, this was before I had my operator's licence, you know, I was offered a £50 job to Manchester Airport, which took an hour, and then straight away I got a follow-on job from there to Warrington, which was just shy of £50, and then came straight home. So I was out 2 hours, £50 an hour, £100. So that's basically, I got a better rate doing that than I have doing Saturday nights, for example. So you never know, you know. I've had days and evenings where I've come out and I've been out for like an hour and a half, not done a single job, and then just come straight home. So yeah, it's pretty much one of them jobs where you've got to do the hours, and then you can either average it out over the day, try and get a bit of a feel for it like that, or when you get to the end of the week, like I have a little bit of an Excel spreadsheet, I'll put in obviously the days, I'll put in what times I started, finish, how many hours I actually done, which then like populates the table to then say, okay, so this week you've done say 55 hours. I then put in the daily amounts that I've made. That then gives me a total sum. It then basically, I'm able to then see how much I've made, how much I've grossed that week from Uber. It then gives me a running cost, because it then populates the information in another table, which then tells me what my monthly fixed costs are, you know, for my license, insurance, DBS, all the rest of it. And then again, it does the same thing for me at the end of the month, so I can look at it and basically say, you know, this is what I've grossed, this is my outgoings, and this is what I've actually netted at the end of the month. Because obviously there are variables, you know, like I'll use supercharges maybe like twice a week, sometimes I don't, and then like I put in like my home charge and things like that. It just gives you a little bit of an idea, rather than get to the end of the month and think, oh, I think I've made some money. That's just after me overdoing things, you know, years of being in business. So I really like to know to an absolute T, right, this month I've made this much, that whatnot. So yeah, it's a good little thing to do. So yeah, I've just accepted this other job round the corner, so I'll go and do this, and I'll give you an update shortly. So I just got home. That was pretty short shift, almost pointless going out, to be honest. Yeah, after the last update I only had 2 little tiny jobs and got bored and came home. One was £3.92 for 1.1 miles and one was £3.87 for 1.1 miles. And then I just thought I've had enough. I couldn't be bothered waiting round. I probably only could have done another half an hour or so anyway, until I needed to head back. But yeah, was what it was. Bit rubbish. Finished on just shy of £22, so it worked out at £11 an hour. So yeah, I probably would have been better off staying at home. But yeah, other than that, that was about it. Did I take any more screenshots? No, I don't even think any other jobs come through, to be honest. No, it was just a really slow weekday. I've had some days where I've come out and they haven't been too bad. I've been on like £15-20 and I've thought it's not too bad. This isn't far off a Friday night shift. But yeah, there's some times like that you just come out as completely dead. But you know, I could come out tomorrow pretty much the same time, obviously do more hours, but you know, then you could be on £15-20 an hour. So yeah, it's just absolute pot luck. So yeah, thanks for watching the probably one of the shortest videos that I've done, and I'll catch you tomorrow.